Wow, it's time for another show full of tips and ideas from the sales growth leadership expert, Dean Akers. Known for his experience in hyper-growing companies and creating cultures for high-performance teams, here's Dean.
Well, welcome to your Sales and Leadership Ninja Show. I'm your head ninja, Dean Akers, and every week I bring you a rant to stimulate your thinking in the realm of sales and or leadership. I want to let everybody know that 3 years ago I actually began this podcast, and I want to thank all my loyal listeners and the ones that I've been able to help in the various ways to improve their lives. It's been a pleasure to come into your world every week and share some of my life experiences and lessons. So to all of you, I want to say thank you. Today's show, Selling with Intent. Today's show is going to fly in the face of conventional methods where people are always talking about networking, marketing, and blah, blah, blah. Selling with intent is much more successful. While networking's fun and it can create somewhat successful outcomes, I found that to create the highest level of success is to adopt a strategy of selling with intent. The intent I'm talking about is helping others. When I've been involved in a company, do you ever think that we conclude that what we sell is not good quality products that'll help them? Do you think we sell rip-offs and try to take advantage of people? The answer is no. Do you think we talk about it or do the research of what our customer looks like and know what our customer profile is? The answer is yes. So when we have a product or service that really helps or works for our customers and we know what our customer looks like, then why would we do anything but go after them with intent? The networking concept is often just throw it out of net. An interesting observation for most networking events I've ever attended, that the influencers and decision makers many times or most times aren't even there. As a matter of fact, most networking events are salespeople, marketing people, and they're networking to other salespeople and marketing people. And they call those referral folks. People are going to help me. Again, when you're selling with intent, you don't need referrals. You really don't. So intent selling is knowing who your buyer is, where they hang out, and how do you reach them. Then it's working them with the thought of not if I'm going to get them as a buyer, but when they'll do business with me. So many people get a lead, and I can't tell you how many salespeople I know that'll get an inbound lead and they'll work it once or twice, and if they don't get a satisfactory result because they're, quote, busy, they've never valued that lead as to what it is to a customer company. They've never looked at the acquisition cost to get the lead to them. And what happens is they just work it a little bit and they move on if they don't get immediate results. And these are the people that I've met in sales that never make big bucks. They may make 80, 90 grand, hit a quote a little bit more. The management's running them all the time. And it's like a nightmare of a method to sell. That's why selling with intent and knowing what a lead value is can really change your life. So if a lead meets the criteria for somebody that we would sell to, then I'm going to sell to them with intent, and I'm going to stay on them forever. And somebody goes, what do you mean forever? Well, I mean, I budget 2 years, and in that 2 years, they're going to see me in very subtle, different ways than the traditional email blasts and all that stuff, because I know they can buy, and I'm selling to them with intent. So I'm going to work them with subtle engagement. And I've talked to you about it in previous shows and shared with you ideas and points for this selling with intent and this what I call subtle engagement that allows you to build these relationships, because it then turns the customer into a when versus if customer. And after you do the analysis of leads cost, the fact of what you make with each lead, it really gets stupid math. It really gets stupid. And so you're going to work them and create these subtle engagements that has them talk about you or think about you in a non-conventional way. Somebody goes, well, how is that going to work? I'm like, I got to talk about my products. Well, they're going to figure out your products and stuff. So once I have a lead, some of the things I do is I'll send them a St. Patty Day card. As a matter of fact, it's funny. I'm holding this up in the screen. I sent a St. Patty Day card out, sent it out, 150 of them out to people, and I got a call or an email from one of the people I sent it to who is absolutely not a prospect. Somebody in my list, because I rotate, and she called me up and she goes, Dean, thank you for the St. Patty Day card. Actually sent me an email. Would you help a friend of mine, an entrepreneur, blah, blah, blah. Gave me the contact. And in my case, I'm now meeting with that person and looking at signing them as a client. Was that worth sending out this subtlety? Send them a birthday note on their birthdays. Send them stuff that they're passionate about if they're into fishing, hunting, running, cooking, whatever. What you're doing is you're keeping mind awareness because you know it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And the cool thing is, for me, it's always worked. And the other thing is my true ninjas understand this. As a matter of fact, when we're talking on the phone, they'll oftentimes, many of them are now, obviously work with me over the years or in companies, they'll call me up and they go, Dean, you won't even believe what my boss did and this and this. But look what I did. And these guys and girls are top in their companies. They're top in their companies, and people haven't figured out that it's selling with intent. They totally work the process and they make great six-figure incomes while everyone else is out networking. So your assignment this week is to take some previous shows that outline the following, which is the 3 circles, which is your sales, the sales of the total marketplace, and the sales in circle 2. And those are the sales you're not getting, which is just math of circle 1 minus circle 3. Those are the sales you're getting because you're not even on the deal. And that's where intent selling goes into play, because now you learn how to get on the deal. And then creating your CV list, which is all the potential customers. So now you know what they're worth to you. And that math reaches out and shows you how many hours you can work them, which is always a game changer mentally for people. And by the way, if you have any need for either of those 2 items or don't understand them, just reach out to me at dean@deanakers.com, and I will set up a Zoom call or whatever and help you out and try to help you. I've been doing that now for the last year, and it's made a difference for a lot of salespeople across the country. And I'm always here available. It's part of my give back, part of my helping you, the folks that tune in this podcast that have taken the time to sharpen your axe, if you will, by hanging out with the Sales and Leadership Ninja. So I'm going to help you guys get mentally prepared and ready and go after a process of selling with intent. It's a lot of fun, highly success in how it works, and you will blow people away in the same, quote, 40 hours a week that everybody else is out networking and stuff. So I want you to have fun this week working with intent and setting yourself up to make big bucks. And again, if you need any help with this, don't be bashful. Reach out to Dean@DeanAkers.com. That's Dean@DeanAkers.com, and I'll set a Zoom call up. If there's 2 or 3 of you in your company and you want to do it, we'll set up a Zoom call with some of your folks. If you're a sales manager somewhere and you want your sales team to do this, just again reach out to me at Dean@DeanAkers.com, and I'll set up a no-charge Zoom call with you to help you out. No downside. Help you get out of this networking mode, get into selling with intent. I also want to thank all my loyal listeners again for the feedback and downloads that have had me become a top podcast on the Apple's iTunes network in entrepreneur sales and leadership. And I really enjoy helping all of you. This has become my personal mission in helping people to really understand their potential, eliminate self-talk, and be the best version of themselves for success. So, thanks for tuning in each week, and remember to share if this really helps you. My book, Self-Talk, Think Like a Child, is available on Amazon. Feel free to download it. I think it'd help you. And if you ever have a question again, or you want some help and you want anything you need, reach out at dean@deanakers.com. That's dean@deanakers.com, and I'll be glad to help you. So this week, shuck your networking, build out a process of intent, go make a lot of money, and have a lot of fun. Talk to you next week.
We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Subscribe today to our podcast and send questions or thoughts to help@deanakers.com. Also, visit us at www.deanakers.com to listen to prior shows and view helpful videos. Also, great tips to download. Thanks again. See you next week.